is a Philippine fintech company that helps more Filipinos win. We offer flexible financing that makes every purchase easier. We have product loan which lets customers take home appliances, gadgets, or furniture now and they can pay later. Cash loan, get cash up to 250,000 pesos with flexible prepayment terms from 6 to 24 months. Skyro Credit, you can pay via QRPH and enjoy 1% cashback on every transaction. And when you shop at Skyro, you can adjust your loan amount and due date anytime with Skyro Flexi. Plus, protect your device anytime. Because with Skyro, every payment is progress, every step is a win.
Hi, would you like to try?
This one. Espresso cappuccino.
Hirap mag-track ng payments pag busy at solo sa cashier. G with the new GCash SoundPay.
200 pesos. Payment received.
Confirm agad ang payments.
Payment received.
QR for all your crew.
Payment received.
Payments you can hear.
Payment received.
Entering your easy era.
G with GCash SoundPay. Now I hear it when they pay.
Do that with Acrobat, Adobe Acrobat. Use PDF spaces, it's your new foundation. Grab your docs, your permits, your moves. AI levels up your pitch, gets it in a groove. Do a new outline, it's your vision. Do a new slide, pure precision. Do that, do that, do that with Acrobat.
Raise your hand if you're sick of bloated corporate email software. Us too. Which is why we built a brand new version of Benchmark Email from the ground up for busy marketers like you. We added in all the good stuff. A best-in-class email builder, assisted AI to do some of the heavy lifting, tags, segmentation, and powerful reporting. And we took out everything else. Because bells and whistles are just distractions if you're not using them. Our next generation platform offers straightforward pricing, real support, and no fluff. Just email made easy. Try the new Benchmark Email and make email marketing the easiest part of your day.
In MSB, we believe in more than just numbers. We believe in possibilities. Whether you're saving for your first home, launching a business, or planning for an exciting future. Remember, these are milestones waiting to happen. And we are here to guide you every step of the way. In MSB, we are the way to your dreams.
I need you to give a report on our cash flow. Then ikaw, issue the payroll today. You, send payment to our supplier.
Yes, sir. Pagdating sa fund management ng kumpanya mo, you don't have to do everything. You can rely on Palawan for Business. Mapa-public sector man, microfinance and cooperatives, or own business. Palawan for Business can make it easy for you. Easier release of funds? Kaya, anytime, anywhere. Faster fund collection? Madali din. Expanded payment access? Kaya din. Let Palawan for Business help you with your financial service needs. Palawan for Business. Pang-asenso, pang-negosyo.
Every edition of this expo is a testament to what happens when a community truly and genuinely believes in one another. and when we all together believe in the power of Filipino business.
Welcome to the 18th Philippine SME Business Expo. Give yourselves a warm round of applause for making it here today. What do I say? We try to keep on getting better and better for you and because of you.
This event is our thermometer in ascertaining the landscape of our MSMEs in the country. Events like the Phil SME Business Forum are essential because they create a space where entrepreneurs and industry leaders can discover these new innovations, share ideas, and explore opportunities together. So to the MSME owners here today, digital transformation is no longer for large companies. It is also for you.
Don't worry about competition. Just focus on your target market and how your service or your product can help them.
Find that value that you have right now and sell it to the market through e-commerce. Yan yung name of the game ngayon.
We've seen very good numbers last year and we are looking forward for a very good number this year as we show more results brought forward by the event.
Keep failing. Malugi tayo ng malugi. Isang tama lang yan. Pagbabago buhay natin. Walang plano-plano, testing lang ng testing. Matututo tayo sa ating pagkakamali.
Sa pag-try natin ng maraming opportunities, doon tayo nakaka-build ng skills natin sa negosyo.
The true legacies of the micro, small, and medium enterprises is not only measured by profit, it is measured by the lives that we improve, by the communities that we strengthen, and the future that we help build for every Filipino.
For the past 40 years, we have served more than 30,000 MSMEs across the Philippines.
Ipatong mo yung kamay mo sa dibdib, pakisabi, I am a successful entrepreneur. Okay ba?
Hindi ako nagkamali, sobrang sulit talaga ng pag-avail namin ng pavilion dito sa PhilSME. Na-serve talaga namin yung purpose namin by showcasing Filipino entrepreneurship dito sa PhilSME.
Terrific Thursday, PhilSME community! Ayan, nakita na naman tayo. Welcome to the 41st PhilSME Business Network meeting. I hope everyone is doing great and ready for an engaging session ahead. And by the way, we are live on our Facebook page. So hello to our Facebook Live viewers. So we are at full capacity for this Zoom session. So if you have friends, colleagues who are trying to enter the meeting, please direct them to our Facebook page. Just search for PhilSME Business Network Facebook and then join us. So thank you again. I am Mai.
Partner Success Manager of the Philippine SME Business Expo and Network, and I'm excited to be your host for today's networking meet. So we're truly thrilled to have you here, and we appreciate you taking time to connect, collaborate, and gain valuable insight with us today. I know sobrang excited nating lahat, no? I think this is the first time in a while that we had a full pack for this day. So, yung mga gusto pang mag-join, join us on our Facebook Live. Once again, I'm looking forward to reconnecting with familiar faces and, of course, welcoming new ones in our growing community. So we encourage everyone to introduce yourselves in the comment section so you can start connecting with one another. Feel free to briefly share your company, products, or services along with what you're currently looking for so we can better support and collaborate with each other. So that's our one way of helping each other out. So for those who have been with us for a while, you already know the drill, but for the benefit of everyone joining us for the very first time today, we'll be flashing our networking meeting code of conduct. So, simple lang naman ang rule natin for today. Let's be productive, let's be proactive, and have a positive mindset while networking with others. And, of course, to ensure that everyone has a positive and productive networking experience today, we encourage everyone to come in with a positive mindset and engage with your fellow participant. And as always, let's keep our interactions professional and respectful in the comment section. So that's really important. Ayan. Now, I would like to share lang briefly our instruction for joining the networking session. So how do you do it? Rename yourself N_company name _ full name. Again, that's N_company name _ full name. For example, N_PhilSME_my. So that's just what you need to do to join the breakout section later. Yeah. So for today, I will be discussing the meeting agenda. Yeah. So for today, we will be discussing the network and e-commerce introduction. And of course, the main topic for today, na alam ko namang inaabangan ng lahat, BIR tips and how to legally pay less taxes. And of course, member spotlights, networking sessions, and PhilSME game time. Ayan. So, to share with you our growing family of the PhilSME Business Network. Ayan. So, about PhilSME, this was founded by our late founder, Sir David Abrenila. We have about 200 plus members, 85 industry sectors, and it was established last 2022. So the goal of the PhilSME Business Network Group is to connect SMEs. Well, not just SMEs, but basically to connect businesses, to help one another streamline your business or grow your business. And for those who are planning to start their business, to have a venue for them to promote and, of course, to grow your own businesses. So I would like to introduce, next slide. So this is our members. Ayan. As you can see, these are just some of the members that we have right now. As of now, we have 200 plus and it's growing. Ayan. The perks of being a member is the monthly PhilSME network meetings, just like what we're having now. So as a member, you get to have your spotlight, and along with other benefits like the member post on PhilSME Facebook page, new member announcement on our newsletter, member feature on our PhilSME magazine, and member interview on our PhilSME business show, and member spotlight in our monthly PhilSME network meeting, as I mentioned, what we're doing now. Yeah. And on the next slide are some of the benefits that you can enjoy being a member of the PhilSME Business Network. So if you are interested, just send us a message and let us know in the comment section so we can reach out to you. So again, for our network meeting technical guide, please rename yourself N_company name _ full name. So yeah. Before we move on to our next session, I would like to call on everyone lang to open your camera so we can do a quick photo session. So please open your camera so we can see your beautiful faces. Yeah. So when I say 3, smile. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Everyone ready? Ayan. I see some people opening their camera, so let's give them at least 5 seconds. Ayan. Okay, game. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, another one. 1, 2, 3, smile. So thank you again, everyone, for cooperating and for opening your camera. So before we move on to our main topic, I would just like to let you know the very exciting news. So we have an upcoming event. Most of you knows naman na we do event at least twice a year. So for this edition, we're trying to make something new and something bigger. And thus, I would like to present to you our upcoming event, the E-Commerce Expo Philippines 2026. Soilo will play the video introduction for the upcoming E-Commerce Philippines.
Check out this amazing product. Get yours today. Ayan. So thank you, everyone. Ayan. So again, the Philippine e-commerce industry is a trillion peso economy almost. So it is the fastest growing digital market in Southeast Asia, and it touches every Filipino business, from solo seller on marketplace to the multinational brand scaling direct to customer. So it is massive, it is moving fast, and it has never had a home. That's why we at PLSME is creating the first ever e-commerce expo Philippines and the biggest in November 2021, 2026 at the SMX Center, Aura. Yeah. So we have about 14 pillars. The goal is to group the companies into categories. So if you think you fall under one of these categories, then you are welcome to join us. And these are the forward-looking program that you can expect from us. As you can see, we have every topic available for the e-commerce ecosystem. So if this is something that interests you, you can reach out to us by messaging us on Facebook or sending us an email or reaching out by Viber or WhatsApp. Thank you. So I would like to introduce someone who will help me lead today's networking meeting, Cheska Romano, our Partner Success Officer.
Thank you, Mai. Again, happy Thursday, PhilSME community. My name is Francesca Romano, Partner Success Officer of PhilSME and Ecomex, and I'm here to share with you some great news about PhilSME and Ecomex. So, we also have our first ever physical magazine. So, you may get your copy of the PhilSME Business Magazine. So, here I am reserving a few seconds for you to screenshot. You can grab a copy through this QR code, or you may just go to our website, philsme.com/magazine. We also have our digital magazine. So you may download our PhilSME magazine for free through our website. Again, philsme.com/magazine. So you can also read and download our previous editions from our past business networking. And also, we have our podcast or the PhilSME Business Show, and it is available via YouTube and Spotify. So here you may, and if you're interested to join, you can just apply and become a member of the PhilSME and enjoy this perk. So if you're interested to the magazine, to the digital magazine business show, and to the Ecomex, you can just contact us. Feel free to reach out to Mai and me, Cheska. So I'm also going to remind you for our networking meeting technical guide. So again, if you're interested to join our breakout room sessions later, you can just rename yourselves, just N underscore company name underscore full name. So that's N underscore PhilSME underscore Cheska, for example. And I'm passing again the hosting powers to our main host, Mai.
Thank you, Cheska. So now for the most exciting part of the session. I know you're all dying to meet our guest speaker for today. So again, we're live on Facebook page. So to everyone who was trying to join and can't enter the room, please go to our Facebook page, PhilSME Business Network. You can also share this to your friends and colleagues. Yung tingin yung nangangailangan ng topic for today. So yan, without further ado, let me introduce the founder and lead tax educator of Easy Tax PH, Sir Ed Cervantes. So most business owners think they need an accountant from day one. Our next speaker disagrees and is a CPA. He's the founder of Easy Tax PH, an education-driven tax compliance firm helping freelancers, online sellers, and small business owners under taxes and bookkeeping even without an accounting background. He's here today not to sell you his services, but to give you the honest truth about what most business owners are not clearly taught about BIR compliance, why they end up paying more than they should, and what they can legally do about it. So, gustong-gusto natin yan. Please welcome Sir Ed Cervantes. Hi, Sir Ed.
Ayun, so good afternoon. Thank you, Miss Mai. Thank you, Miss Cheska. Magandang hapon po sa lahat ng nandito sa Zoom at saka sa Facebook Live po natin. Can you confirm dyan guys sa comment section if malinaw naman po sa end ninyo yung audio po natin. Pa-comment naman po dyan, clear yung audio para alam ko kung makakadire-diretso po tayo ng discussion for today. And shoutout na rin po sa members ng... Hello? Shoutout na rin po sa members ng community ng PhilSME at saka ng Easy Tax PH. Pa-comment naman po dyan kung naka-join na kayo sa training natin before. Maraming salamat po sa inyo. Hindi po ito yung usual natin na bookkeeping and tax filing training. This is something new and I hope na meron po tayo mapulot dito na bago today. So again, good afternoon everyone and salamat po sa PhilSME for inviting me today, especially Miss Trixie and kay Miss Angie at saka kay Miss Roxy for supporting this event at saka sa whole team ng PhilSME. Thank you po sa inyong lahat. So ang topic natin for today is from AHA, question mark, to AHA. BIR tricks and how to legally pay less taxes. And in the next few minutes po, gusto ko sagutin ng diretso yan at practical. Yung title na po na yan, hindi tayo mag-uusap dito ng napakaraming forms at deadlines. Pag-uusapan po natin yung 5 decisions and habits na makaka-help po para mapababa natin yung tax legally, pero hindi naman tayo nagke-create ng mas malaking problem in the future. So, before po tayo mag-proceed, clarify ko lang muna kung ano po yung ibig sabihin natin dito ng BIR tricks. So, hindi po ito yung trick natin para magtago ng sales, hindi po ito yung way natin para gumawa tayo ng fake expenses, and hindi rin po ito yung mga loopholes para po bigla na lang mawawala yung mga taxes natin even if kumikita naman talaga yung business natin. So pag sinabi po natin ditong BIR tricks, ang ibig po natin sabihin dito, legal options, exemptions, tax credits, mga valid deductions, at saka risk signals na madalas po hindi alam to at hindi to nagagamit ng tama ng mga taxpayer. And minsan, mataas po yung mga tax. Hindi dahil yun yung kailangan natin bayaran. minsan meron lang tayong maling option na napili. O kaya naman may mga tax credits po tayong hindi nakiklaim. Or meron tayong mga legitimate expenses na hindi po natin na-document. O kaya naman, qualified pala ako sa exceptions or exemptions. Pero hindi natin siya alam as business owner. So yun po yung mga pagkakataon na gusto kong makita nyo today. Okay? So, kung meron po akong message na main for today, ito po yun. We pay the lowest tax or lowest legal tax we can defend. Pay the lowest legal tax you can defend. Hindi lang po habang ginagawa natin yung mga tax returns natin today. Dapat kaya rin po natin to i-explain 1, 2, 3 years later kapag binabalikan na po yung mga tax returns natin at tinanong ka na ni BIR, bakit ganito kababa yung tax mo? Saan nanggaling yung amount na to? Nasaan yung invoice? Nasaan yung mga supporting documents? At bakit hindi pare-pares yung mga figures sa books, sa return, sa financial statement? Hindi po natin goal na magbayad ng pinakamataas na tax na possible lang para safe tayo. Pero hindi rin naman natin goal na mag-file lang ng pinakamababang tax na kaya lang natin ilagay. Ang goal po natin is gamitin yung mga legal options na available at siguraduhin natin na bawat piso na natitipid po natin ay may legal basis at saka document support. So, ito po yung first way para legally mapababa po natin yung tax natin. So, number 1 is siguraduhin natin na sa tamang tax lane po tayo. So, ito po yung pinakamalaki na tax decisions ng isang business owner pero madalas po na ginagawa natin to ng walang actual computation, walang tax planning, walang comparison. May mga nagsasabi po na simple yung 8%, kaya sige mag 8% ka na kagad. Meron naman nagsasabi na marami ang expense yung business mo, di mag-itemized deductions ka na agad. Pero po hindi po kasi pare-pares agad yung sagot para sa lahat. Okay. Now, para po sa mga qualified na non-VAT, sole proprietors, professionals, isang possible option po natin yung 8% income tax. Simple po ito dahil yung gross sales lang, yung basis po natin dyan, subject sa mga applicable rules, at hindi ka na magbabayad ng hiwalay na percentage tax. Pero ang problema dyan, dahil gross yung base natin, hindi na natin kinoconsider yung mga actual operating expenses natin kahit mataas. So yung second option po natin dyan is yung optional standard deduction or OSD para po sa mga individual taxpayers or non-individual taxpayers. O generally 40% po yan ng gross sales as standard deductions. So dito po sa 40% OSD, di na natin ginagamit yung actual expenses natin as deduction sa ITR kasi may standard na amount na ibinigay si tax code. So yung third natin po dyan, yung graduated rates under itemized deduction. So dito po yung actual na mga allowable expenses. Gumamit po ako ng word na allowable expenses kasi hindi lahat ng expenses ay allowable. So pwede po ito yung maging pinakamababa natin na legitimate na tax na babayaran kasi may mga malaki kang legitimate expense. Kaya lang, itong method na to, ito rin yung pinakamahalaga na meron tayong proper documentation. And by the way, meron din tayong tinatawag na BMBE. Hindi yan fourth tax type, special income tax exemption po yan para sa mga qualified na barangay microbusiness enterprise or BMBE. Kaya po yung tanong natin dito, hindi lang ano ba yung pinakamadali yung option, ano ba yung pinakamababa dyan. Ang mas tamang tanong po dyan, alin yung pinakamababa na legal na lalabas yung results ay based sa numbers mo, tapos qualified ka doon, tapos yun yung pinakamababa na tax na pwede sa business mo. Okay? Now, tignan po natin to as example. No? So, assume po natin na qualified non-VAT taxpayer ka at ikaw ay purely self-employed na taxpayer. So, yung gross sales mo dyan is 2 million pesos at meron kang legitimate, allowable, and documented expenses na 1.4 million pesos. So dito po sa 8% option, wala pong hiwalay na percentage tax. As you can see, 0 po yan. So 2 million minus 250,000 pesos lang po yan, multiply by 8%. So ganun lang po siya ka-straightforward. Income tax lang yung binabayaran ng 8%. Sa OSD naman, yan, may dalawa na po tayong tax na binabayaran. Isang percentage tax, 60% in this case, at saka isang income tax, 202,500 pesos. Kaya po yung total approximate tax ng OSD is 262,500 pesos. Using a 40% allowable deduction na standard. And for itemized deductions naman, ganun din, may 60% 60,000 percentage tax din siya kasi 3% din ng sales po yan. And sa income tax, 62,500 kasi ginamit na po natin yung allowable deductions na 1.4. So ang base na lang ng tax niya is 600,000. So 2 million minus 1.4M, so 600,000 na lang. Kaya yung total approximate tax nitong itemized deductions is 122,000 pesos. Yan. At kung genuinely qualified ka at properly registered ka bilang BMBE or Barangay Micro Business Enterprise, zero na ang income tax mo basta qualified ka at saka registered ka. Kaya, pero meron pa rin po yung percentage tax, 60,000 pesos. So, total approximate tax for BMBE na qualified is 60,000 pesos yan. So, dito sa illustration po natin, same lang yung sales, same lang yung business facts nila, pero dahil magkakaiba sila ng legal treatment, napakalaki nung difference sa tax. Isipin nyo po, iisang business po yan. Same sales, same expense, same product, same situation. Pero iba't ibang tax option, may iba't ibang amount na babayadan. And if you choose, let's say in this case is OSD, edi napili mo yung pinakamataas na tax. Legal yun. But if you choose in this case is BMBE, napili mo yung 60,000, legal din yun. So nakatipid ka talaga ng tax dito in a legal way. So yung lesson po natin dito, hindi lang natin basta pipiliin yung tax option dahil yun yung sinabi sa atin, yun yung pinakamadaling gawin, ganyan. I-compare muna natin kung alin talaga yung legal at pinakamababa na base dun sa actual numbers mo or even yung numbers mo last year. So yun yung pinaka-best indicator. Okay? Now, before natin i-compare yung 8%, yung OSD, yung itemized, so suggestion ko, tignan mo din kung qualified ka sa BMBE. So yung qualified at properly registered BMBE, pwede po kasi siyang ma-exempt nga doon sa income tax na galing doon sa kanyang business operation. So generally, isa po sa requirements niyan, dapat hindi siya lalagpas sa 3 million pesos na assets. Hindi po sales, assets. Okay? Tapos kailangan meron din po siyang BMBE Certificate of Authority at dapat po yung business operation niya covered nung exemption. And important din po na linawin natin dito, hindi po ibig sabihin na BMBE po tayo ay exempted na po sa lahat ng taxes at government obligation. Ang pinag-uusapan lang po natin dito, income tax exemption lang. Doon sa qualified operating income mo. At hindi rin po pwede pagsabayin niyang BMBE at saka 8% income tax option. Kaya po bago tayo pumili ng tax method natin, ay tanong muna natin, qualified ba talaga tayo dito sa legal exemption ng BMBE? Qualified ba tayo sa 8%? Qualified ba tayo sa OSD? Qualified ba tayo sa itemized? Kasi even if yan yung pinakamababang tax, baka hindi ka qualified dyan. So kailangan natin ma-check if qualified ka muna. Okay? Second way, para legally mapababa natin yung babayaran nating tax, ay i-claim po natin yung mga taxes na naibayad na para sa atin ng mga client or platform natin. So marami pong taxpayer kasi hindi naman mali yung napili nila doon sa number 1. Tama, 8%, OSD, itemized, or nag-BMBE sila. Tama, napili nila sa 1. Ang problem, minsan hindi po nila nagagamit yung withholding tax credits na dapat sana pambawas nila sa income tax due. Kaya po yung tanong natin dito, kapag binawasan ka ng client or ng platform, na-claim mo po ba talaga yung withholding tax credit? Okay? So, example po natin dito. Example, nag-issue po tayo ng invoice worth 100,000 pesos and nag-withhold po yung client natin ng 5,000 pesos. Kaya yung actual cash na na-receive mo na lang is 95,000 pesos. So, yung 5,000 po na yan na ibinawas, hindi po yan discount, hindi po yan expense. Hindi rin po yan nawawalang income. Yan po ay posibleng income tax payment mo in advance na niremit na ng client mo kay BIR under sa pangalan mo. Ganyan din yung concept pag ang client or customers mo, corporation, government agency, top withholding agent, or yung mga platforms. So ang common problem kasi dito is yung net amount na 95,000 ang nire-record ng business owner. Lalo na doon sa online platform, yung payout ang nire-record. So, Yan. So, isa pa yun sa issue. Pero again, itong 5,000 pesos na to is your tax credits. Advance income tax payment mo yan kay BIR. Asset mo po yan. Na kapag magpa-file ka na ng income tax return mo, makiklaim mo siya as tax credit. Okay? Now, paano naman natin properly magagamit yung tax credit? Kasi hindi naman automatic, okay, kinaltasan ako tapos may tax credits na agad ako. Siyempre, kay BIR, merong process ng pag-claim ng tax credit. Hindi siya automatic na kinaltasan ka, pwede mong i-claim however you want. Para magamit mo yung tax credits na yan, may process tayo. Una, siguraduhin natin yung gross income ay naka-record sa books properly. Hindi yung net payout. Second, confirm mo talaga magkano talaga yung amount ng withholding tax. Third, kunin mo yung 2307. Kailangan may certificate ka dyan. Kasi ito na yung patunay mo na meron talagang tax na binawas sa'yo. And fourth, kailangan natin i-reconcile yung amount ng withholding tax, yung amount ng income, at saka yung 2307 na nahawak natin. And number 5, kasama po ito sa compliance, may summary alpha list of withholding taxes, at last pa po dyan yung filing ng income tax return para validly maklaim mo yung tax credit sa ITR. Kapag walang certificate, posibleng mali yung amount, hindi tugma yung income, at hindi siya na isama sa mga SOUT or summary alpha list of withholding taxes or attachments, posible po na hindi natin magamit yung tax credits natin, kahit ibinawas pa talaga yan sa atin. Kaya po yung practical ko dito na action for you, simple lang. Gumawa po tayo ng quarterly or monthly 2307 tracker per client or per platform. Dapat makikita mo doon magkano yung gross billing, yung amount of tax withheld, tsaka yung mismong certificate na na-receive, at tsaka yung amount ng credit mo kay BIR. Okay, now, so dito na tayo sa third. So yung una is to choose the right tax lane. Yung pangalawa is to claim your tax credits. And pangatlo naman, ito yung third topic natin, ay about legitimate business expense. Madalas po kasi sinasabi ng business owner, marami akong gastos, maliit yung kinikita ko, bakit ang laki pa rin ng tax na binabayaran ko? Ang sagot po kasi dyan, hindi lahat ng cash na lumalabas po sa business natin, automatic tax deduction. Hindi po yan tanong kung nagbayad ka ba. Ang mas mahalagang pong tanong dyan, yung expense po ba na yan ay business-related, properly recorded, o kaya mo ba yung suportahan kapag hiningi ni BIR? So, para po maging defensible ang ating expense, meron po akong 3 basic question para sa inyo na kailangan nyo sagutin bago nyo siya i-claim as deductible expense. So, number 1 po dyan, para po ba talaga yan sa negosyo nyo? Dapat may direct connection po yung expenses na yan sa operation, sa management, or sa conduct ng business or profession mo. Kapag personal expense po yan, yung binayaran mo gamit yung business account, hindi po yan automatic na nagiging business deduction. Second, na-record mo ba siya properly sa books of accounts? Tama ba yung amount, yung date, classification sa books? Third, meron po ba tayong sapat na supporting document? May valid invoice po ba? Or mga ibang other adequate records na magpapatunay dun sa amount at dun sa connection ng expenses na yan sa negosyo mo? Kasi kapag mali yung taxpayer name, incomplete yung mga details, or hindi mo makonect dun sa actual business transaction mo, mahirap po i-defend yung deductions na yan, at kung applicable, baka yung input VAT ma-disallow pa. So tandaan po natin to, kapag gumagastos ka po ng 100 pesos expense, hindi po ibig sabihin 100 pesos din yung tax savings mo. Halimbawa, kasi yung iba, mag-iisip kunyari magdo-donate ako, kunyari sample, o kaya naman gagastos ako para mabawasan ko yung tax na babayaran ko. Halimbawa, 100 pesos yung ginastos mo. Hindi ka nakatipid ng 100 pesos sa tax. Kung ang income tax mo ay effectively 25%, 25 pesos lang ang tax benefit mo dun sa 100. Ibig sabihin, gumastos ka pa rin ng 75 pesos. Naka-benefit ka ng 25, gumastos ka pa rin ng 75. Kaya wag po tayo gumawa ng mga unnecessary expense para lang po bumaba yung tax natin. So ang dapat po natin gawin, protektahan yung mga legitimate expenses natin na kailangan talaga ng negosyo. I-document, i-record ng maayos, humingi ng mga supporting documents. Make sure na connected siya sa business natin. Okay? Now, meron po tayong important update sa Ease of Paying Taxes or EOPT law. So dati po kasi madalas natin sabihin na kapag ang isang expenses ay subject to withholding tax, tapos hindi tayo nakapag-withheld. Kunyari, rental, subject to withholding tax, tapos hindi tayo nag-withheld sa rent. Dati, madidisallow yung expense natin, yung rent. Beginning taxable year 2024, yung failure to withhold dun sa rental, for example, ay hindi na siya by itself automatic reason para ma-disallow yung ating valid expense deduction. Again, pero wag po natin mamaliin yung interpretation. Hindi ibig sabihin nito na optional na lang po mag-withheld sa mga expenses subject to withholding tax. Magkahiwalay po na issue yung deduction sa ITR at saka withholding tax compliance. Maaring deductible pa rin yung expenses mo kung business-related siya, properly recorded, at saka may supporting documents kahit hindi ka nag-withheld. Pero kung dapat nag-withhold ka pero hindi natin nagawa, maaari pa rin po tayo magkaroon ng liability for non-withholding, kasama na po yung mga applicable interest and other penalties. Kaya po yung tamang lesson natin dito, hindi po automatic disallowed yung mga valid expenses, pero hindi rin naman nawawala ang withholding obligation natin. Okay? Now, number 4. So, pumunta tayo kanina sa choose your tax type, tapos claim your tax credits, and then protect your deductions. Make sure na documented, recorded, at saka related siya sa business mo. Ito naman yung number 4. Itong number 4 po, hindi to directly tax saving method. Ito po yung way para maprotektahan ninyo yung mga tax savings nyo dati. 'Di ba? Nag-avail ka ng legal tax savings last year. Ito naman yung paraan mo para maprotektahan mo yung tax savings na yon. Okay? Dahil kahit one time ka lang nag-file at nagbayad, merong mga ratio, may mga trend, may mga margin, at meron pong mga threshold issues na maaring makatawag po ng pansin ni BIR. Minsan, hindi kailangan na meron kang violation. Pattern pa lang po ng numbers na fina-file mo, napapansin na at saka posibleng mag-lead sa audit. Pattern pa lang. So, sa current 2026 audit selection criteria na nilabas ni BIR, meron po siyang mga binanggit doon na ilang numbers at patterns na maaari pong maglagay sa taxpayer sa priority category for closer review. So number 1 po dyan, kapag ang income tax due natin ay less than 2% ng gross sales or revenues. Second, kapag po yung input VAT ay more than 75% ng output VAT. Third, kapag po merong substantial sales, ang laki-laki ng benta ng negosyo, pero ang reported net income ay loss or net loss pa. Number 4, kapag po merong drastic decrease sa sales or revenue or even VAT payment kumpara sa previous period. 100 million last period, tapos this period biglang 10 million. Red flag. And number 5 po, kapag patuloy ka na nagpa-file, eto maraming ganito percentage tax return, pina-file pa rin kahit lumagpas na sa VAT threshold siya. Lumagpas na sa 3M, file pa rin ng percentage tax. Pero gusto ko linawin po, hindi ibig sabihin na kapag nakita ng BIR, yung isa sa mga to, automatic may violation ka na. Kasi posible naman legitimate yung dahilan mo kung bakit nangyari yan Bakit below 2% ka? Halimbawa, pwede talagang nalugi yung business mo dahil mataas yung operating expense. Pwedeng mas mataas talaga yung input VAT mo dahil bumili ka ng mamahaling equipment ngayon or nag-stock ka ng madaming inventory at mataas ang input VAT mo doon. Pwede ring biglang bumaba yung benta mo dahil nawalan ka ng major clients o kaya naman nagsara yung branch. Pero kapag unusual yung numbers, asahan nyo na po yan. Itatanong sa inyo, bakit? Kaya yung mas maganda po na gawin natin dito, bago pa lang po tayo mag-file, alam mo na yung sagot dun sa bakit. Naka-ready na yung mga supporting documents mo. Kaya yung practical action na sasabihin ko po sa inyo dito, magkaroon po kayo ng filing review. Double check nyo kung yung numbers ninyo ay pumasok dito sa warning lights. tignan yung tax to sales ratio, input versus output VAT, profit margin, sales trend, VAT threshold status bago isubmit yung return. Okay? Now, napakahalaga po yung distinction na to. Yung 2% po, hindi po yan minimum income tax na kailangan mo bayaran. Hindi po yung 75% input tax ratio ay hindi rin po yan automatic na bawal. Audit selection indicators lang po yung mga yan. Parang alam niyo yung parang warning light sa dashboard ng sasakyan. Kapag umiilaw yung dashboard ng sasakyan, di ba? Hindi ibig sabihin na may sira agad yung sasakyan natin. Pero ibig sabihin nun, may kailangan kang i-check dun sa sasakyan mo. Or sa BIR, sa tax return mo, parang may kailangan kang tignan at saka ipaliwanag. Hindi rin naman po ibig sabihin na kapag above 2% yung income tax mo or below 75% ang input VAT ratio mo, guaranteed na hindi ka na mau-audit. Wala po kasing ratio na automatic na magbibigay sa'yo ng immunity. Kaya po hindi tayo dapat dito nag-iimbento ng additional tax payment, magtanggal ng valid na expense para lumaki yung net income, lumaki yung babayaran. Hindi po rin natin dapat babaguhin yung mga tamang computation natin para lang gumanda yung ratio natin, tumaas yung payable. So yung tamang risk management po dyan, for me, kung legitimate yung mga unusual result ng business mo, i-ready mo lang yung explanation and supporting documents. Kung meron kang actual na error talaga, edi i-correct mo na siya bago mag-file. Or habang hindi ka pa na-audit, i-amend mo na yan. Silipin mo na kung kailangan siya i-amend. So, una is tamang computation muna ang gagawin natin. And then saka nyo na ngayon i-manage yung risk based dito sa audit selection criteria. Okay? Now, number 5. Ito po yung fifth and final question natin. Kaya mo ba ipagtanggol yung mga tax returns na to in the next 3 years or 1 or 2 or 3 years later? So pumili ka ng tax type, nag-claim ka ng tax credit, nag-claim ka ng deductions, chinek mo kung wala kang, anong tawag dyan, yung sa criteria, audit selection criteria, yung risk mo, chinek mo. Sabihin natin, okay ka na doon. What if na-audit ka pa rin? Kaya ba natin ipagtanggol yung mga tax returns natin in the next 3 years later pa? Kasi po hindi natatapos sa tax compliance kapag nakatanggap ka ng email confirmation or proof of payment, bayad ka na. Minsan, yun pa nga yung starting point talaga kung saan pwede ka nang i-audit ni BIR. So ang tanong hindi lang kung tama ba yung computation mo today, ang tanong din, kapag hiningi po ulit yung mga documents natin, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, kompleto pa ba siya? At kaya mo ba ipaliwanag kung saan nanggaling yung bawat figures? So as a general rule ko po dito, or general rule sa tax code, meron po tayong 3 years period para sa assessment ng properly filed returns. Subject yan sa mga exceptions. So ibig sabihin, kung hindi pa lumilipas yung 3 taon, hindi ka pa makakahinga-hinga ng maayos doon sa 3 years back mo na mga final na return. Kunyari, 2024, 2025, pwede pa balikan ni BIR yan. So generally, that's 3 years prescription period. Now, so, ito na po yung sinasabi ko na kung paano mo make sure na magpapaliwanag mo yung mga na-file mo na reports. Dapat magkakatugma po yung invoices dun sa collections natin, dun sa mga nasa bank records natin, platform reports, books, VAT return, percentage tax returns, and ITR, at saka mga financial statement. Kasi iisa yung business mo, kaya dapat iisa lang din yung kwento ng records. Kasi maraming mga assessment yung hindi nagsisimula dahil sinabi ng taxpayer, may mali akong ginawa. Nagsisimula to kasi may magkaibang records, magkaiba yung invoice, yung collection, magkakaiba yung books, tax returns, financial statement. Pero isang transaction lang naman yun. Kaya importante po yung quarterly na reconciliation, at hindi lang yan basta accounting work. Risk management din po talaga yung ginagawa ng mga accountant. So ang tanong dito, pag pinagtabi-tabi natin yan, yung invoice, collection, yung books of accounts, yung tax returns mo, yung financial statement mo, iisa lang ba yung kwento na lumalabas? So, now, meron ako sa inyong gustong i-share na ng perspective ko from actual audit from BIR examination. Today po, masarap yung feeling kapag konti lang yung binayaran mo na tax. Or wala kang tax sa binayaran ngayon sa tax return mo. Mas marami yung cash mo ngayon, naiwan sa negosyo mo, pakiramdam mo nakatipid ka ngayon. Pero kung yung mababang tax na yan galing sa undeclared income, unsupported expenses, inconsistent records, possible po, dinedelay lang natin yung tunay na cost. Kapag nakatanggap na tayo ng mission order, letter of authority, mga request for documents, nakakapagod po yung process. Paulit-ulit na submission, tawag, meeting, follow-up. Tapos may mga assessment computation, deficiency tax, may interest, may penalty, professional fee pa, at saka oras pa na dinedevote ng company management. Bukod pa yung pera, merong anxiety pa. Alam mo yung mahirap matulog kapag meron kang hawak na computation na milyon-milyon. Kahit na feeling mo hindi tama yung computation, doon mo minsan marirealize bilang taxpayer na hindi pala worth it yung temporary tax savings nung mga nakaraang taon kung kapalit pala nito ngayon ay financial and emotional cost today. Okay? Pero i-clarify ko rin po na ang peace of mind, hindi ibig sabihin na mag-o-overpay tayo kay BIR. Tataasan natin yung babayaran. Hindi rin naman tayo magbabayad ng tax na hindi required ng law dahil lang gusto natin makaiwas sa audit. Wala pong tax amount or ratio guaranteed na bibili ng immunity sa BIR audit. Yung peace of mind po galing po yan sa correct computation, valid legal basis, complete supporting documents, at saka consistent records mo. So ang goal po natin dito, hindi magtago ng magtago ng sales, hindi hintayin na lang na, pag na-audit na lang ako, kaya naman makalagpas ako sa 3-year period. Ang goal po natin dito, siguraduhin po natin na habang pwede pa natin balikan yung mga tax year, gawin po nating accurate yung record, supported at defensible yung mga tax return. Gamitin lang po natin yung mga legal exemption, deduction, options, tax credits. Pero siguraduhin po natin na kaya natin i-defend yung ating tax return after 1, 2, or 3 years. So, actually po, ganito, marami pang mga legal ways to reduce yung taxes na natin. Siyempre, hindi natin kayang i-discuss yan ng buo today. Kaya, personally, nag-prepare ako for you ng free guide. Ito pong the SME Guide to Legally Pay Less Taxes. Yan. Doon po, inilagay ko na yung mga iba pang posibleng deductions na pwede nyo i-claim. Exception, tax credits, yung about sa BMBE, yung NOLCO, VAT, withholding tax tips, at saka mga checklist filing. Pwede nyo pong basahin yon at ginawa ko po siyang parang kwento, storytelling. Pwede nyo po siyang kunin after this session. So para po maklaim yan, i-check nyo lang po yung page natin, EasyTaxPH, tapos mag-message po kayo nitong PhilSME41. At alam ko na po yan, sabihin nyo lang po PhilSME41, alam ko na umattend po kayo dito sa business networking meeting natin today. So, malapit na po yan na matapos. Siguro by next week, i-release ko na po yan. Basta mag-message po kayo sa akin, PhilSME41, ibibigay ko po sa inyo yung copy niyan, free guide. So, ayun. So, maraming salamat po. Tandaan natin na wag lang natin basta hanapin ko alin yung pinakamababang tax na babayaran or ano yung mga deductions. Hanapin po natin yung pinakamababa na legal na tax na kaya nating i-defend after 1, 2, or 3 years. So, again, thank you so much sa PhilSME team, especially kay Ma'am Trixie. At again po, I'm Ed Cervantes at your service. Magandang hapon po and sana yumaman tayong lahat.
So we'll start the Q&A po. Ina ko rin. Iyan. Thank you, Sir Ed, for a very insightful session today. So, I think marami sa atin yung naka-appreciate sa topic na diniscuss ni Sir Ed, no? Kahit ako, kahit na wala naman akong business, na-appreciate ko siya since I have an experience with accounting. Very brief lang siya. So, sobrang importante ng diniscuss ni Sir Ed today. And I especially appreciate, Sir Ed, yung guide po na ginawa nyo, na especially sa mga attendees natin today. So, again, we have our Facebook Live ongoing. So, yung mga nasa Facebook, pwede na kayong mag-message kay Sir Ed sa kanilang page, EasyTaxPH, and claim the guide later after this session. And pretty sure Sir Ed will reply. So sa mga kasama din natin ngayon sa Zoom, alam niyo na ang gagawin. So now, we are opening the Q&A for Sir Ed. So marami-rami na tayong tanong, Sir Ed. Pero kung meron pa kayong pahabol, just type it in the comment section. Same with our Facebook Live viewers. If you have any questions, just type it in the comment section. So, first question po, Sir Ed, from Nicole and Hannah of Sine Haraya. Kapag po nag-withhold ang client pero BMB ikaw with 0% income tax, saan po mapupunta yung binawas po sa'yo? Or dapat po ba di kami magpabawas?
Okay, Hannah. Hello, Hannah. So, una sa lahat, thank you na lang. Unang sa lahat, hindi ka dapat nagpapa-withheld ng tax mo on your income. So, bilang BMB registered. Okay? Ang reason, dahil ikaw ay income tax exempt, so dapat wala ka ring withholding tax. So, kung nasa online platform ka, ang online platform ay nanghihingi sila ng BMBE certificate or certificate of authority as proof na BMBE registered ka. Tapos, hindi ka na nila withheldan. Okay? Now, paano kung kinaltasan ka na? Di, thank you. Ayun, so thank you. Yun, nagbayad ka ng tax na hindi mo binayadan. Although ang BMBE kasi may 2 years may 2 years validity. So you can still present it sa ITR mo so that may lalabas kang overpayment sa ITR mo. By the time na hindi ka na BMBE, meron kang excess credit and most likely magagamit mo siya in the next few years pa kapag hindi ka na BMBE registered. Kaya lang, kailangan mo siya i-document properly at i-file mo at i-claim mo yung mga tax credit. Usually, yung sa na-encounter ko, pag BMBE sila, hindi na sila naglalagay ng tax credit sa ITR.
Thank you, Sir Ed. Ayan. So, I hope nakatulong yan sa inyo, Hannah and Nicole. So, another question from our FB Live, from Je Resada. Question po, related ulit siya sa BMBE. Kasama pa sa assets yung mga supplies na di pa paid sa supplier?
Okay, so pwedeng hindi na. Pwedeng hindi na kasi pag sinabi naman nating supplies, baka bukas sa 1 linggo, next month, magamit nyo na rin siya. It's a matter of accounting treatment. So, may mga business kasi, ito kasi sa basic accounting, pagka accountancy student ka, yung supplies nilalagay muna sa asset. Okay? Pero mayroon ka rin namang pwedeng gawin. Pwede mo rin siyang i-expense na rin agad. Kasi supplies lang naman yan, minimal expenses. It's a matter of materiality. Gaano ka material yung supplies na kiniklaim mo as deductible expense kaagad. If hindi naman yan super material, pwede mo na yan i-claim as deductible expense immediately. Okay? At syempre sa perspective ng BMBE registered, mas maganda na hindi mo ilagay yan sa asset. Kasi kapag nilagay mo yan sa asset, pwedeng tumaas yung threshold mo dahil sa supplies, pwedeng lumagpas ka sa 3 million at dahil dyan, pwedeng hindi ka na qualified. O di ang the best dyan, ilagay mo siya sa expense as deductible.
Thank you so much, Sir Ed. So, Sir Ed, mukhang madami po yung nangangailangan ng contact details nyo. So, please flash on the screen your contact details.
So, sige po, i-share ko lang ulit ng mabilis. Ito pong, message po kayo dito sa EasyTaxPH or i-text nyo po ako dito sa number, sa company number namin. Ito po yung address namin, 3rd floor, Candelaria, Quezon. So, if you message me dito sa page po natin, PhilSME 41, abangan nyo po at ipapadala ko sa inyo yung ating SME Guide to Legally Paying Less Taxes. Pag natapos na po natin siya next week.
Thank you so much, Sir Ed. Unfortunately, that's the last question we will take. But again, Sir Ed has shared these contact details. So for anyone na kailangan ng tulong ni Sir Ed, please reach out to their Facebook page or the number posted earlier. So thank you again, Sir Ed. Sobrang na-appreciate po namin yung presence niyo today. Helpful siya. Madami pong excited sa comment section. So expect na mag-blow up po yung messenger niyo tonight. Thank you.
Thank you
And
so much po, Phil SME and Ma'am Trixie. Salamat po sa inyo. Miss Mai, Miss Cheska, Miss Angie, and Miss Roxy. At saka po sa buong team ng Phil SME. Thank you so much po sa inyong lahat.
thank you. So now, we will welcome our new network members. Healthcare United Global Solutions, Luna Data Services Inc., Hero Service Office Inc., Accent One Inc. So these are the new members for this month. Ayan. So sila yung bagong addition sa ating growing members of the PhilSME Business Network. And now for the spotlighted members. Ayan. So this company is established in 1999. Raxo Air Travel and Tours Inc. has been helping Philippine businesses move locally and globally for over 2 decades. Raxo supports SMEs with end-to-end travel and event solutions, allowing leadership teams to stay focused on growth while they manage the complexity. Ayan. So, Raxo Travel, Miss Rica Lorraine Ojas, the Head of Department Sales Management. Hi, Miss Rica. Ayan. You're on Spotlight today, so please tell us more about Raxo Travel and Tours.
Hello. First of all, I would like to thank you, PhilSME, for this opportunity. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Rica Ojas. I would like to briefly introduce Raxo Travel Tech. Raxo Travel Tech is your complete travel solution, bringing together premium leisure travel, corporate mobility, B2B travel solution, and a venue management under one integrated group. So we have this Raxo Travel Services. We have 123 B2B travel solution. We have Venue Start for your venue and events management. And of course, we have this Raxo Business Corporate Travel Solution. Yun. So for your, if you need this kind of services po, you can contact me. We have this information with PhilSME to reach out po if meron po kayong kailangan for this type of solution. Yeah. Thank you po.
Thank you, Rica. You may also type in the comment section your contact details. So for those who are interested, they can reach out. Salamat.
All right. Thank you. Thank you po.
Ayan. And for our next member on Spotlight, so this company, Lalamove for Business, is the corporate solutions arm of Lalamove that we all know, providing reliable and scalable third-party logistics, services for businesses of all sizes. From same-day deliveries to customized logistics solutions, Lalamove helps enterprises streamline operations, optimize costs, and scale efficiently through a dedicated business account and comprehensive delivery management tools. So let us welcome Flor Tanay, Corporate Sales Lead of Lalamove for Business. Hi, Flor. So you're on Spotlight today. Please tell us more about the products and services from Lalamove.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Mao, for the introduction. So hi again, good afternoon, everyone. I am Flor Tanay, the sales lead for acquisition of Lalamove Philippines. So as you all know, Lalamove Philippines is a delivery platform for casual users man yan or businesses, but we are more focused with the corporates. So just in case if you're already using Lalamove, pero under personal use siya, so we can actually upgrade your account to a business account. So we have more perks kasi for business users. So we actually have 75,000 insurance coverage na po, automatic yan for all deliveries under business account po natin. We are also API ready just in case you have your websites that you wanted to integrate to our platform po. No, we can also have those. And also Shopify, we are also present in Shopify. So kung meron kayong mga marketplaces na connected with Shopify, we are also Shopify ready din. So these perks are actually, there are more perks pa and services actually that I can share. But if in case you're interested or you've been using Lalamove na naman po, no, so you can just message us in sales.ph@lalamove.com for more information, and so we can process your business account directly. So, thank you, Ms. Mao.
Thank you. Ayan, thank you, Miss Flor. So, yan, kung gusto nyo ng tulong ni Lalamove to create your business account, you can reach out to Flor. Flor, please send in the comment section your contact details so they can reach out to you. Yeah. And for our next company on Spotlight. So Trend IT and Software Solutions Inc. is a leading Philippine-based provider of licensed software, enterprise technology solutions, and digital business platforms. Established in 2004, the company has grown into one of the most trusted software distributions in the country, serving architecture, engineering, construction, manufacturing, media and creative, and corporate enterprises. My BIP Tayo is a nationwide digital BIP and loyalty ecosystem that connects customers, merchants, and into one intelligent platform. So let us call on Pay Liwanag, the IT and software solutions from My BIP Tayo. Hi, Pay. You're on Spotlight today, so please tell us about the products of My BIP Tayo. Thank you.
Yes, Mamay. Thank you po for your introduction. And also, good afternoon po everyone, Mamay and your sa team. Thank you for this chance po to talk about our product. I'm Faye. I'm an admin and also part of the onboarding team of My VIP Tayo. So our product po or our brand, My VIP Tayo is a digital loyalty and rewards platform that helps businesses increase customer retention and repeat purchases. So instead of the traditional na physical loyalty cards, stamp cards, so our customers can earn points and redeem rewards and receive promotions directly through a mobile app na. Businesses benefit from a more efficient way to engage customers and build long-term loyalty. We work with restaurants, retail stores, salons, and other SMEs that wants to strengthen customer relationships and boost repeat sales. As of the moment po, we have 7 existing merchant partners with businesses like coffee shop, pastry, food and resto. We also have dental clinic, barber shop, IT products, and we have one incoming na diagnostic lab in which 2 of those are partners na meet namin through PhilSME last May na event. So to date po, we have 5,000 na registered VIP members na nag-start lang kami nung Feb this year. So one common problem po of some businesses is how many customers visited your business only once and never came back. So our app helps you bring them back and keep them coming back. So yun po. So to discuss more further about the product po, we can meet po and we will send na lang our details dun sa chat box. Thank you po.
Thank you so much, Faye. That's really helpful. So thank you for all our members on Spotlight. So if you want to be on Spotlight, just let us know in the comment section so we can reach out to you. Thank you again, Faye. Have a nice day. So let me call on Cheska to explain the next session of the event.
Hi again, PhilSME community. I would also like to thank Sir Ed for that very insightful session. So now we are down to our most exciting part of the meeting. So this is the network meeting or our first breakout room for this session. So and how can you join? Just kindly rename yourselves N_company name _ your name. So for example, that's N_PhilSME_ Sunshine C. So once you rename yourselves, you will be designated to your room and you can network with your fellow PhilSME network members. So and how can you do this? You can just introduce yourself. So what are your main takeaway from today's PhilSME network? And also you can introduce your product or your services that you're offering, and also what product or service are you looking for. So just a reminder to limit your introduction to maximum of 90 seconds to give everyone a chance to speak during the networking session. So enjoy, and I hope to see you all there.
We'll be right back.
You've already built the vision, the hustle, the ambition to grow your business further. But in today's competitive world, success moves faster with the right logistics partner behind you. At Cargo Boss Philippines, we help businesses import smarter, faster, and with confidence. From China to the Philippines, we provide stress-free importing solutions with all-in rates, real-time tracking, and reliable customer support every step of the way. Whether you're starting small or scaling nationwide, Cargo Boss gives your business the competitive edge to move forward. Cargo Boss Philippines, your trusted partner for hassle-free importing. Visit our website or message us today to start importing with confidence.
Kung may pangarap ka sa negosyo, posible yan. Dito sa Cebuana. Ito ang parlor ni Janine. Dati racket lang niya yan. Pero ngayon, hanap buhay na. Kaya mas goods ang kita. Ito naman ang pangarap ni Carlo na karinderya. Nag-extend na yan. Kasi dumami ang customers. At ito ang pet shop ni Ann at Lester. Ideya noon, negosyo na ngayon. Hindi lang puhunan ang kailangan para lumago, kundi partner na maasahan. Para goods ka. Yan ang Kanegosyo Center. May negosyo loan, negosyo coaching, at online business tools para sa pagsimula at pagpalago ng negosyo. Sa Kanegosyo Center, negosyo simple.
Kailangan ng maaasahan, kailangan ng matibay, pang matagalan kasama mo sa pag-unlad ng negosyo. Modernong disenyo, kayang-kaya ang cargo mo ng tatak na ito. Isuzu Travis, level up with Isuzu. Level up mo yung negosyo. Isuzu Travis, level up with Isuzu. Level up with Isuzu Travis.
Ready to unlock your organization's full potential? Sterling International Consulting, the Philippines' largest ISO services provider, helps organizations achieve excellence through world-class ISO certifications. With over 7,600 clients across 55-plus countries, we deliver unmatched expertise. We specialize in ISO 9001, 14001, 45001, 22000, and 27001.
Too many loyalty cards. Too many apps to manage. Worrying no more. Meet My VIP Tayo, your all-in-one VIP lifestyle app. Install by searching or scanning the QR code. Discover nearby stores, unlock exclusive deals, and enjoy special rewards made just for you. You can follow and follow back friends. Send digital gift cards. Install now. Your VIP lifestyle starts here.
When we think about SME owners,
you're constantly thinking about your business. On your way home from work, you're thinking about your business. When you get home, you're thinking about your business. And I think that's just what it takes to be an entrepreneur and to run a SME.
Grabe, ang taas ng energy ng lahat, no? It was jam-packed full of learnings yung first day natin. But day 2 also is more jam-packed.
This is an awesome experience for everybody, the attendees, the delegates, the sponsors, the exhibitors, and also the speakers like me.
Grabe, sobrang dami daw na inquiries. Imagine mo yon, nauubos yung flyers namin. Tanghali pa lang, wala na kaming flyers.
Non-negotiable, never jeopardize the quality, the formulation, the ingredients, and of course, the sources.
Time namin sa PhilSME, nakakatuwa kasi napakadaming
Audience dito na talagang gusto nilang mag-business.
Integrity, commitment, and accountability, yun yung mga non-negotiable point.
Labas nyo ang cellphone nyo. Buksan nyo yung camera ng cellphone nyo. Tapat nyo sa mukha nyo. Sabihin nyo, what's up, nasa PhilSME ako ngayon? Naghahanap ako ng pagkakakitaan. Abangan nyo mga susunod kong vlog. Bye! Upload nyo bago ako bumaba na entabladong ito. Ganyan lang ang content creation.
Two years pa lang ako dito, pero parang ngayon, gusto ko sa susunod hindi na ganito. Hindi na ako ganito kapagod. Dapat may nagde-decide na for me, hindi na yung lahat sa akin dadaan. So yun yung batayan ko ng pag magaling na ako.
The array of various foods here, quite impressive, and I'm impressed with the talks that's going on now.
I've seen a lot of new technologies, almost all online. Some are beyond me, but I'm here to learn.
I'm very happy to see fellow business owners as well as yung mga solutions na really alam ko makakatulong sa akin.
Ang wish ko po sa ating lahat, makapagnegosyo, matutunan yung tax compliance, at sana yumaman po tayong lahat.
This is PhilSME, AUMCU, May 2027!
Every edition of this expo is a testament to what happens when a community truly and genuinely believes in one another. And when we all together believe in the power of Filipino business.
Welcome to the 18th Philippine SME Business Expo. Give yourselves a warm round of applause for making it here today. What do I say? We try to keep on getting better and better for you and because of you.
This event is our thermometer in ascertaining the landscape of our MSMEs in the country. Events like the PhilSME Business Forum are essential because they create a space where entrepreneurs and industry leaders
can discover these new innovations, share ideas, and explore opportunities together. So to the MSME owners here today, digital transformation is no longer for large companies. It is also for you.
Don't worry about competition. Just focus on your target market and how your service or your product can help them.
Find that value that you have right now and sell it to the market through e-commerce. Yan yung name of the game ngayon.
We've seen very good numbers last year, and we are looking forward for a very good number this year as we show more results brought forward by the event.
Keep failing. Malugi tayo ng malugi. Isang tama lang yan. Magbabago buhay natin. Walang plano-plano, testing lang ng testing. Matututo tayo sa ating pagkakamali.
Sa pag-try natin ng maraming opportunities, doon tayo nakaka-build ng skills natin sa negosyo.
The true legacies of the micro, small, and medium enterprises is not only measured by profit, it is measured by the lives that we improve, by the communities that we strengthen, and the future that we help build for every Filipino.
For the past 40 years, we have served more than 30,000 MSMEs across the Philippines.
Ipatong mo yung kamay mo sa dibdib, pakisabi, I am a successful entrepreneur. Okay ba?
Hindi ako nagkamali, sobrang sulit talaga ng pag-avail namin ng pavilion dito sa PhilSME. Na-serve talaga namin yung purpose namin by showcasing Filipino entrepreneurship dito sa PhilSME.
Check out this amazing product. Get yours today.
Hi again, everyone. Again, this is Cheska. So, since we're waiting for mga members natin, I think nasa room pa yung iba. So, right now, how was your session? Did you enjoy networking with us today? And if you did, please describe your experience in one word and tell us in the chat box. We are grateful to you for joining our breakout session, and I would also like to thank our member who led our breakout rooms today. Princess, thank you so much, guys, and until next time. And I can see that everyone is engaged and not yet here pa yung iba. So, let's keep that energy going, and because it's time for our PhilSME game time. And we get to play our favorite game called Show and Tell. And how do you win this game? You just have to type PhilSME after Sandy of PhilSME types the words Show and Tell on the chat box. Again, Sandy will type the words Show and Tell in the chat box, and if you get picked, you need to open your camera and tell us your answer to the question I'll be asking in a while. So play along, guys, because you never know, you will be one of the 2 lucky winners who will win 300 pesos GCash. So our question for today's session is, what is your key takeaway from today's meeting? Again, what is your key takeaway from today's meeting? So we'll be choosing 2 winners who will first type PhilSME after show and tell. So I hope you had fun, and please hang on tight because we will be announcing the names of the winners who will be receiving prizes. So, nakabalik na po ba lahat? So, okay. Our question again is, what is your key takeaway from today's meeting? And I think 45 pa lang tayo sa room. Sige. Let's give few seconds para makompleto po ulit tayo. So everyone will have a chance to win 300 pesos GCash. Okay. Reserve your answers muna po. So I can see may mga nagsasagot na sa chat box. So again, first to reply, PhilSME after the words show and tell. So, I think we can start na. Sige. Show and tell. I think we have our first winner. It's Maribel. Am I right? Maribel and Jay. Okay, open your camera so you can see each other. Can we put Maribel on spotlight? Congratulations, Maribel and Jay.
Good afternoon po.
Hi, Maribel. Good afternoon. Congratulations again, and thank you for participating. Again, our question is, what is your key takeaway from today's meeting?
So from today's meeting, ang nagustuhan ko or tsaka natutunan ko is yung sa taxes. Kasi 'di ba, yun yung madalas natin na nagiging problem. Paano magiging mas mababa yung ating taxable income without making it illegal. So yung mga details na sinabi ni Sir kanina is very, very helpful, and hopefully na matutunan din namin how to input yung mga details na yon for lesser income tax next year. Thanks.
Thanks, Maribel. And congratulations again. We're grateful na marami kayong natutunan from our today's sessions kay Sir Ed. So, we'll go to our next winner, Jay. Please turn on your camera. Hi, Jay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Jay. Our question for today is, what is your key takeaway from today's meeting?
My key takeaway from the meeting is the importance of cooperation, clear communication, and staying focused on our goals. The decided provide valuable insight, celebrate next steps, and highlighted opportunities for employment and growth. And I also have winner for the peso. You know peso? Yeah. GCash peso.
Yes, thank you so much, Jay, for sharing that. And again, congratulations to our winners, Maribel and Jay. Kindly reach out to us via our Facebook page, Philippine SME Business Expo, to claim your prizes. And that's all for today's show and tell. I hope you had fun, and thank you all guys for playing. May I call on our main host, Mike? Please join in. Hi, Mike. So, while we're waiting for Mike, make sure to be part of our very first e-commerce Expo Philippines the Philippines' biggest e-commerce expo, conference, and networking event for entrepreneurs, online sellers, and digital innovators. Happening on November 20 to 21, 2026 at the SMX Convention Center, Arap Taguig. And if you still haven't signed up yet as an exhibitor or as an attendee, please do so through our website at ecommerceexpo.ph. Again, that's ecommerceexpo.ph. This has been Cheska, Partner Success Officer of PhilSME and Ecomex. Thank you, and see you all on our next one.
Thank you, Cheska. And that's a wrap, everybody. So again, if you want to be part of the E-Commerce Expo Philippines, our very first e-commerce expo, just let us know in the comment section or reach out to us via email or our website. So thank you again, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful session today, and we will see you on our next session on the 42nd network meeting. Thank you and have a nice day.